Hey there, everyone. We're back for our final Let's Play of this session. Really excited to get into it today. We're fighting the final boss of Encounters Shattered Wastes. As always, I'm Ryan Farmer, game designer of this awesome single-player co-op board game. And today we are fighting this guy, the Shattered God, and got that cool necromancer sort of feel to him. And this is sort of the culmination of all the skills that you will have gathered in fighting all these previous bosses. So definitely, if you haven't already, start out with our Let's Play against the Guardian, and we fought against every single enemy so far, and we're finishing it off here. So I'll be kind of not explaining a ton of rules, but if you want to learn, definitely go out to that first Let's Play, because I walk through how to play the game pretty thoroughly. Our final team for this one is the Arithmagician, the Siren, and the Slayer. I decided to go with 3 on this one, just to see how it will go with just 3. 3 is my favorite personal number to play single player in, though 4 is definitely manageable. It's just a little much for my tiny little brain. So let's go over a little lore here. So as our heroes have been traveling through the Shattered Wastes, we fought a variety of different enemies with different lore, which you can check out in our journey mode, which has been added to the TTS mod. So lots of really cool stuff in here where you can set up any ability to any character, and then you travel through the wastes and keep track of your stats as you do so. So that's pretty awesome. You get a little lore for every single character. Let's take a peek here. I'm not going to spoil everything, but let's just take a peek here at the lore for the Shattered God. So deep in the heart of the Shattered Waste stands a tower that reaches towards the heavens, its peak crowned with a relic beyond imagining. The reflected archway, a window into infinite possibilities of reality, holds power beyond mortal comprehension. Legends say that only a deity of the highest order can control the archway and harness its dark magic. The court mage of the last king dared to pray for such power, and his twisted wishes were granted by the Beyond, a being that masqueraded as a divine force, but sought only to use mortal souls as pawns in its own celestial game. In repayment for this power, the mage awakened the reflected archway for the Beyond, shattering the magic of the land and plunging the world into chaos, ascending on the other side as a god of this new broken dystopia. The First Chosen, a once devout follower of the Beyond, uncovered this plot and feigned loyalty to the self-proclaimed Shattered God in order to find a way to subvert him. In his words, to restore balance and order to the land, the reflected archway must be destroyed, but to do so, one must slay a god. I mean, I don't think you get any more JRPG than fighting this guy as the final enemy at the reflected archway. We are not going to use location cards, which are these bad boys that are different places you can fight the enemies. But if you were to want to do this final battle in the reflected archway, like you would have to, if you were playing the actual game, you wouldn't be able to take the shatter action, which is pretty debilitating, honestly. So let's look at what the Shattered God actually does. His front side here is pretty regular, pretty normal. We'll get to his injured side later, but on his healthy side, the only difference, pretty low health on this front side, only 4 magic cards across the board for each character, strength cards rather, and then you've got the starter 5 physical strength cards. But all this text right here says at the end of the refresh phase, everything in fatigue goes back into stamina. So you can't actually drain his stamina to get him into his staggered state like you normally would. you have to inflict a crit in order to stagger him. So that's a different sort of mechanic. So that's one reason we have the Arithmagician here. The Arithmagician is quite good at staggering or getting crits with Mutamancy. So as we know, we could roll a 1 with the Arithmagician, use his Mutamancy ability. When a character in your area rolls dice, reduce your MP by 3 and increase your die face by 1 to change it to a 2, which would be a crit. So that should be really useful fighting this baddie. Let's look at what cards. I've already done the draft on this. You can just trust that I drafted. I've taken a health potion because we do not have a lot of health on the board here. 9, 6, and 5. This is actually a pretty low HP pool, so the health potion will be really important for some character. Flash Beam, 6 MP ability. If you roll below a 7, the attack is critical, which will be critical for us in this first phase of the fight. And Comet Storm, which I'm hoping to use in the second phase, where you attack every single area and you don't gain threat for any of them. Let's move over to the Siren, who can attack adjacent areas. We've got a Recovery Serum, so let's someone perform 2 recover actions. Reversing Teleport, so 2 MP, and we choose a character in my area and any other character, and we swap spaces. And then Lightning Bloom is a really, really good card to get rid of an area if we've got a lot of cards in it. And then the Slayer is full support, actually. We have a Superior Recovery Serum, which is just considered a crit. Now, what's interesting here is this crit is on an attack, so this won't trigger, but critting on the Superior Recovery Serum will allow us to get all our threat down to 0 or our MP maxed out, which is really crucial for the Slayer, potentially in the second phase. We have Warding Brace. When an adjacent character gains threat, I can gain that threat instead. And then Master Endurance, when I would gain threat, I can just reduce my HP by 2 instead. So a really cool double reaction that you can do there, where I can ward off threat from big attacks and then instead reduce my HP, which honestly is huge. I could do, this will be big also for if I want to use my 2 damage to get rid of a lot of threat, but not gain a ton myself. So let's play some characters on the board. Let's put the Siren here. We will put the Arithmagician here. And let's put the Slayer here so that we stay adjacent. We're gonna be pretty clumped up. And my thought is I can use Reversing Teleport to reverse these 2 as needed. All right. We are ready to go into our first refresh phase. So refresh value of 1. And let's roll some dice. 1 and 2. So with an area limit of 4, that's the number on the top right there. Whenever an area is over 4 during the defend phase, bad stuff's gonna happen. So immediately I know that I have to take out some cards here. So we'll go with the Slayer, and we're gonna move 2. And we're going to do a basic attack against this area. Actually, you know what? No, that's dumb. Let's start with the Arithmagician, and we're going to start with a Flash Beam because we're looking to get a crit as fast as possible. So all of the damage will go into wounds right here. So I'm going to spend 6 MP for Flash Beam. I'm going to roll 2 dice. So my roll was not below a 7, which is unfortunate. So that means that this is just a regular hit, and my Mutamancy doesn't help me because I can only increase numbers. So this will go into fatigue, and I'll gain 2. And then I'm just going to, let's see. We'll recover. Oh, 6. Great. So that'll go back to full. and that's done. Next, we'll go with the Siren. We'll blast this one right here with Black Powder Ballad. That's a 6, that hits, so that'll go to Fatigue. We'll gain 3, and then we'll attack again, hoping we can roll a 3 for a crit. We do. We roll a 3, which is a crit. So this will go to wounds. I actually rolled a 6, so I can gain that MP. I have no reason to. So that will go to wounds, and he will now stagger. So any damage we deal now will go to wounds, which is really good. And then we'll use a reversing teleport. We'll swap these 2 for 2 to protect. That's interesting. Maybe I won't do that. He'll be fine with taking 1 hit. And then let's go to the Slayer now that he is staggered, and we'll go here and we'll attack and hopefully put those 2 cards into wounds. 1, which is greater than 0. So put these 2 into wounds and we'll gain 4 threat. All right. So what this has done is opened up our the chance for these rage cards to come out. So we're going to move on to the defend phase. We'll flip this. You must not resist. Search the play area and affliction deck for the possessed affliction and assign it to the character with the current lowest MP. That would be the Slayer. So we're going to search, let's see. Possessed. There we go. So this means that I have no trait, but that's actually okay because I wasn't planning on using the Slayer's trait much in this phase anyway. We can figure out how to get rid of that later. And then next we've got the Siren, Brave, and a Fool. Perform a basic attack targeting any area. If it does not hit, or you cannot target an area, 4 damage. Oh, well. Good thing that we can attack an area. Let's go here. And let's hope I can roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6. Actually, let's go here. Let's go here. 3. Nice. Okay, so that'll go there, and I won't gain any threat from it because it was a crit. And then that means we'll take another rage card here. You must cycle any equipped ability, and I also gain 3 threat. Let's cycle Flash Beam. And we drew Crystal Barrier, which actually isn't that terrible. Crystal Barrier, when a strength or rage card is revealed, characters in your area do not suffer any of its effects. You must cycle, so that's not the worst. And then we gain 3. It's funny, these enemy cards, once they've all come out, we can make a little stack. He gives a little monologue that's slightly different depending on the order. This will go here, here, and here, and then we'll roll 3 dice. Three, 4, 4. 3, 4, 4. All right. And then at the end of the refresh phase, anything in fatigue goes into stamina. So how many cards do we have left in here? 6 cards left in there. So that's probably 2. That's 2 or 3 more refresh phases. But again, that doesn't particularly matter to us at this moment because we're looking for crits. So once again, let's start with the Arithmagician. We're going to attempt to attack and get a crit. 2. All right, that's a crit. So this will go into wounds. He's now staggered. And you might be thinking, wow, this phase seems like kind of easy. Well, obviously, if you don't have a good way to crit in this against this guy, it can get really like you're putting stuff into fatigue, and then he's just healing himself over and over and over. So you definitely want to bring like a threshold breaker or some sort of way, like the Arithmagician, something to help you generate those crits and get stuff into wounds. And then we'll get to the second phase, and it's a whole other beast. So let's take a look now at where we're at. Took that card out, got another action left. I could attack this card here. Man, I have 5 threat. I think it's worth it to try, because if I get a 5, I can Mutamancy to a 6. I could get a 6. I could get a 1 or a 2. So I'm actually hitting on a 1, because I can make it a 2. On a 2, so as long as I don't roll a 3 or a 4, I hit. Okay, well, I rolled a 4, so I missed. You stink, Arithmagician. Now the Siren has to bail you out. So the Siren will go. First we'll recover. 2. And then we'll attack this adjacent area here. Just blast it with a crit. Another crit. Love to see that. So we won't gain that 4 threat. And that's our second action. Do I need to reversing teleport anyone? Oh, and I get to gain that MP back because of Black Powder Ballad. I could, yeah, let's use spend 2 and let's swap with the Slayer. So these we're gonna do a free reversing teleport here and swap us. And now the Slayer will go, and I'll recover. Drop this down by 2, and then we'll swing and attack this one. That's my crit. We're just critting all over the place against this guy. Some god. So perfect. Let's move on to the defend phase. That was really good for us. We have most of his cards in wounds. We're looking at 2 threat for the Siren. Oop, fatigue. And then used like a tool. Each character roll 1 die. 1, reduce your gain threat until your threat is 6. 2 through 5, reduce your MP until it's 0. 6, shatter. All right, well, I don't like that, but let's see. So the Arithmagician will roll. So he rolls a 4, MP is 0. Siren will roll, don't be a 6. Another 4, MP is 0. And then Slayer will roll. Oof, oh, that was almost a 6. Almost a 6. So that will be MP to 0 as well. So we all just lost a big MP drain, but at least none of us shattered. That's a very dangerous card. And then 1 threat and an affliction. Can't perform the move action. Very old, wise, very old, wise Arithmagician getting stuck. He can't move, too busy thinking about math. And then a card will come out here, here, and here. And let's roll some dice. 1 and 4. So we currently have only 1 card left there. So these will go here, back to being regular. Next turn, I think we might be able to pop this guy onto his injured side. But first, we have some house cleaning to do. This area is over the limit, so I might have my Slayer move up and try and deal with that. But before I do, we need to recover with our Arithmagician. Let's drop that threat down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we will recover again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just get some of our magic back. Let's recover with the Siren. We'll get 6 MP back. And then we'll spend 2 for a free reversing teleport. And then let's attack this area here. See if we can get a crit. And I swear I've never gotten this many crits before. This is insane. So we'll blast that. He will now be staggered because we got a crit through. I will gain 3 MP because of Black Powder Ballad. Okay. And then the Slayer will go. Let's recover first. Get that threat all the way down. Ooh. Yeah. Threat all the way down. He doesn't need his MP at the moment. And then both of these will go to wounds, but he'll gain 7 threat. No, he won't. We'll use Mastered Endurance and we'll reduce my HP by 2 so that I don't have to gain 7 threat. That seems like a better use. Okay, that was a good round for us. That was a really, really good round for us. Let's see what this rage card is. Humanity is due. All characters roll the refresh dice, placing strength cards into areas as normal, then continue this defend phase. That could actually be very scary. We each will roll 1 of these. Nothing, and then 2, and then 5, which will bust our area limit. So this will hit everybody. That's brutal. Let's see what our little monologue was before we go any further. So, you must not resist. Brave and a fool. I was once like you. Used like a tool. Humanity is due. That's our fun monologue. You must not resist, brave and a fool. I was once like you, used like a tool. Humanity is due. Man, what a guy. Hamming it up, honestly. But he won't be saying monologues for long. Okay. 2 threat to our Siren. 1 threat to our Arithmagician. And then this will hit everybody. Ugh, everyone gets a threat and an affliction. That's what you hate to see. Or when the afflictions start coming out. Bleed, hate that. Daze, can't use abilities, also hate that. And burn, my crit value is 0. All of that's terrible. We're going to have to do some recovery to get rid of those. All right. And then we refresh. This will go here. But my intuition is that will come out in a second. Yep. So 3. So as soon as we deal damage to this jerk face, he's going to flip sides. But before we do, we need to analyze our state here. I think first off, I am going to use we'll hold on this Superior Recovery Serum. We'll hold on it. I think what I want to do first is recover with the Siren. And we'll get rid of this Daze. And then we'll recover again to reduce my threat. That's 6, so we'll go down to 0 threat. And then we'll swap. Swap right here with a reversing teleport. And then we'll recover with my Arithmagician. Let's get rid of this bleed, because that's bad for him. And then we'll spend 3 to make that a 2, and then get all of our MP back for a crit. Now let's go with the Slayer, and he'll attack this area. That's a 2, which is higher than a 1. There's no cards here, so these will go into wounds. And let's let's go to our next phase of our fight. And this is the big one. That was like that was the appetizer for the real fight here. The real fight is with this guy, the Shattered God Ascension. When this enemy becomes injured, remove all strength cards from wounds and enemy areas. Shuffle all rage cards from other enemies not in play. Create a new strength deck using these cards. They are considered physical with a threat of 3. Luckily, I've already done this. These are all the cards from all of the previous other enemies. So these guys, we draw 8. So all these cards go away. I'm just going to delete them. Delete them. We're going to draw 8 per character. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So every time you fight the Shattered God, depending, like this second phase can be really nutty. Like really nutty. And the other thing that's brutal is since he removes all the cards from play, the first defend phase when he flips is a major clapback because I was supposed to gain, let's see, 6 threat there. And then I'm just going to recover. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we're into the defend phase. And this is going to be tough. We're going to take a rage card. Infectious Briar Bloom. The cool thing about these rage cards are that they have upgraded names of shattered ability cards that you've probably seen as you've been playing. Place a strength card from wounds in each area containing a character and reveal it. We got lucky because there is nothing in wounds yet. So that's a freebie for right now. Final Shattered Maelstrom. Return one of your ability cards to the bottom of its ability deck. If you have no ability cards, 6 damage. What do we want to get rid of? Warding Brace, Mastered Endurance. We never got to use this combo. Did get to use Mastered Endurance. I will get rid of Warding Brace. I would like to keep Mastered Endurance, please. And then what did we get? What's in the bag here? Cycle each of your ability cards. Oh my gosh. He Twisted Ritualed me. So this is an item card, so I don't cycle that one, but I do get rid of Comet Storm, which I was saving. So we get 2 more. Stasis, which means we can prevent a card from popping up, not bad. And Hex Bolt. You must reroll any 1s or 2s if you're in the back line. It's a 2-die attack, so not terrible, not great, but not terrible. This could have ended up a lot worse for us, but for now, the way this guy works is we roll 2 dice each on the refresh, and his area limit is 6. Because every single card is considered a threat of 3. If any area has more than 2 cards in it, it's considered broken. So we'll pull one here, here, and here, and then we'll each roll 2 dice. 3, roll 2 dice again. 3 and 5, so this area is currently broken. And 1 and 2. So, I mean, there are a lot of cards. There's 16 cards left in this deck, and these are brutal cards. They're the rage cards of, like, other enemies. So what we have to do is sort of manage which ones we want to be flipped up and deal with. I'm going to start with the Slayer, and I'm actually going to use my Superior Recovery Serum, and I'm going to get rid of both of my afflictions, because I don't want this Possessed Affliction anymore. because I need my trait. And then we're going to recover. And we'll gain 4 MP. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll attack this area and hope we roll a 4, 5, or a 6. Which we did. We rolled a 4. So these will go into fatigue. And I will gain 6 threat. 1, 2. So that'll put me at 9. But I'll spend all 4 of my MP. And we're going to mill 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to use Reclaimed Blade. You may spend 1 MP for each threat gained. So I spent 4. And place the top strength card from stamina to fatigue for each MP spent. So we're moving through that. This is very high, but this first phase especially, we need to remove cards so we can increase our stagger tempo. We have no idea what this is. If you remember from the Harvester, he hurt front evens or odds or back evens or odds. So we're playing with fire, I guess. Let's go with the Siren, and we're gonna move 1, 2, and then we're gonna blast this card. 1 still hits because my threat was 0, so we'll gain 3. And then this will let the Slayer gain 1 MP. And that's it. And let's go with the Aeromancer, or the Arithmagician. He will attack this card in front of him. What is that? 6. It says it's a 6. So that'll actually hit. So we'll go here and we'll gain 3 threat. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll recover down. I'm actually gonna spend 3 MP to make this a 5, and we'll drop down to 2. Great. I'm just accepting that I'm going to take a rage card there. So this is going to flip, and it's only going to attack the front line unless there's another qualifier on it. Gain 1. Oh, thank you. We got happiness. Gain 1 HP. Let's keep in mind this one, not attack that one. Then a rage card. Perfect Umbra Inferno. Reduce your HP by your current corruption. We are, as of yet, no one's shattered, but that could be very bad. That's a good finisher for him if we end up shattering. Okay, let's pull some cards out. 1, 2, 3. And let's roll dice. So 2. Oh man, 1 and 1. This is very scary right here. 5 and 6. And 3 and 5. How many more cards are in here? 4. 4 cards. Okay. I have a plan. It just requires a little bit of luck. Man, I really, really wish I hadn't used that, but I had to. There's no way for me to do it. There's no good way for me to mill four cards out here. I think we're just gonna have to eat one of these rage cards, ladies and gentlemen. We're just gonna have to eat them. Let's move. Oh, I can't move. Let's go with my Siren first then. We'll use a recovery serum, and we'll give it to my Slayer. So my Slayer can do 2. So 3 MP. And then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll spend 2 for reversing teleport. And then we'll fire over here with our gun. Our blasting baton, if you will. 4 is greater than 3, so we'll get rid of that one, and we'll gain 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll gain 4 MP back. Let's go with my Slayer, who will recover. We'll gain 2 more MP, and then we'll recover again. 2, 3. We're just going to be eating a lot of these this turn. And then my Arithmagician will... Which card do we want? This one's probably better for us, I think. I remember the Guardians being a little punishing. Let's recover and see what we get. Get rid of this Paralyze, maybe? We'll drop that to 0. Yeah, and we'll get rid of this Paralyze. I'm just accepting that this area is going to break. And let's see what this says. Each character, roll 1 die and move to the rolled area if able. Okay. That's not crazy. That's not crazy. So we'll roll for the Arithmagician. 5. Okay, it's a little scary. Then Slayer. 4. And then Siren. 2. Well, that really moved us all everywhere. Now we go to area 2. Living Blade 5. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts me at 11 immediately. Place a strength card from any area into this area and reveal it. Also don't like that. Let's do this one, I guess. Search the strength deck for the burn affliction and assign it to yourself. Oh, okay. So now my crit value is 0. There are no burn cards available. You take 5 damage, but there are burn cards available. So we'll put that into fatigue. And then this guy, roll 1 die, gain that much threat, and reduce your MP by the roll. Place strength cards equal to the roll from stamina into fatigue. Oh, that's scary. That's actually really scary because there are only 4 cards left in stamina. If I roll above a 4, we're going to miss our entire phase here. 3. Okay. Okay. That was... Yikes. So reduce this by 3. Gain 3. 1, 2, 3. That means there's only 1 card left. Wow. Got lucky. Got lucky, team. So then this will go into fatigue. So end of that. That goes there. This goes here. This goes here. And then we each roll 2 dice. So that was a 4 and a 6. And this is a 2 and a 6. Come on, give me some 1s. Give me some 1s. All right. 1 and 5. All right. So first thing that needs to happen is... Wow, this is tough. I want to use Lightning Bloom on Area 1, but my threat is way too high now. Man, we just have to go all out into this guy then. We'll attack this area here. 3, so that hits. So we'll put 2 cards into wounds. And I will gain 6. Puts me at 7. Actually, no, I'll take 2 more damage from Mastered Endurance. And I will make sure that I do not take any of that threat. Let's attack with my Arithmagician. We'll attack this one first. 3, I'll spend 3 MP to make that a 4, so it'll hit. Put that into wounds, we'll gain 3 more. And then I'll spend 2 MP for Hex Bolt on this card. And that'll hit. And so we'll do that, and we'll gain 3 more threat. And then my Siren. Damn. Lightning Bloom, I don't have enough MP for it, though. I'm 1 away. I was not expecting to gain that 5. That's the problem. I was going to recover. Because if I was going to recover and then do Lightning Bloom, which is a really good chance at that. I guess what I'm just going to do is... let's recover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll attack this area. Miss. All right. And then I'll gain an MP. That one hurt. That one hurt. This is going to be brutal. So this is going to hit every character. Search the Affliction deck for the burn Affliction and assign it to yourself. Man, I thought we just did that. What did I do to the deck? Did I mess that up somehow? Oh, we were drawing from the top. Right. Well, that's what happens. Oh no, wait. This affects everybody. So everyone needs to get the burn Affliction, and I think there are only 2 of them. So we'll start with the Slayer. He's got 1. Actually, I can choose the order of this. Let's do the Arithmagician first. I know there's only 2 of these in the deck. Let's double check. Yeah, there's only 2 burns, which means... this is going to hurt. If there are no burn cards available, 5 damage, place 5 strength cards from fatigue into wounds. Actually, this might turn out okay. So we'll take 5 damage on the Siren. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll put 5 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the Slayer also takes 5 down to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our Awakened Soulfire Blade from our friend, our good friend, the First Chosen, is legitimately doing work for us right now. Then this, Remorse. Okay, well now we're at 0. 1, 2. And then 2 rage cards. Roll 1 die. 1, reclaim any character. 2 through 6, perform a basic attack against another character. Well, none of us are shattered, so... okay, so I'm going to perform a basic attack against the Siren, actually. She's at 0 health, so it's not going to matter. And I missed. Get wrecked. Shattered God, making me attack my friends. Place a strength card from wounds into each area containing a character and reveal it. All right, well, that one stinks. He heals 3. And we reveal it. Place 2 cards from stamina into any area. No cards in stamina. Characters in odd frontline areas, 4 damage. No one's in odd frontline areas. Thank you very much. 2 damage and 1 affliction. That one we actually do take. Weaken, reduce my MP to 0. Only had 1. All right, so he heals 3. How many cards are left in there? 7. Not the worst, though, guys. Not the worst. I'm going to have to shatter my Siren, but we're doing okay. Here and here. And then rolling a bunch of dice. 1 and 2. 1, 2. We'll roll 2 more dice. 4, 4, and we'll roll 2 more dice. Actually, this might end up pretty clutch. We might be able to do my plan. We will. Okay. So we're going to be able to do my plan. We're going to start with the Siren. We're going to spend 8 MP for Lightning Bloom. When I attack, I can target an adjacent area. I'm going to target area 1. We're going to roll 2 dice. 7 is higher than 3. So if you... Oh, I'm not in the back line. Ah! Interesting. We can still hold that thought, team. We can still fix this. We'll go with the Arithmagician first, and we'll give my Siren a health potion. Roll 2 dice. We'll say that these 2 dice were the 2 I rolled for that. Choose 1 die and gain that much HP. Remove 1 affliction. Face this card. So we'll gain 5 HP. And then we'll have the Arithmagician attack this bloke. Oh, my crit value is 0. Okay, we'll just recover. Oh, that's a crit recovery. No, my crit value is 0. I'm getting rid of this card. We'll recover away that burn. And then we'll roll again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we'll go with the Siren. Now that I have health, we'll move to the back line and we'll Lightning Bloom here. Which hits. So all these cards will go to wounds and I will gain no threat. And I will also gain 4 MP. And I'll cycle this for a new card. Ooh, Necrotic Arts is great because that counts for all these cards. Do not gain threat from physical cards when performing this attack. Love that. And then the Slayer will go. And the Slayer will just attack the cards right in front of him. 2, that's a miss, so he'll try again. 2, oh my god, we double missed with the Slayer, no! No! Ugh, that's brutal. The double miss from the Slayer, that'll hurt us. All right, defend phase. This will flip 1 damage, remorse, and I'll reduce my threat by 3. This area limit's broken, so this will hit everybody. Anger. Oh my god, we all take 4 damage. We're all at 0. Guess we're all shattering. This will hit everybody. So everyone will... 3, 1, 2, 3. If we were in the Reflected Archway, that would be game over, basically, by the way. Because we're not allowed to take the shatter action. But, fortunately, we're not playing on that, so... this is now going to attack my Slayer. I'm going to take another burn. Great. Second burn, both on him. Characters in odd frontline areas. No one's in the front line, so we're good. 2 and 3. And 2 and 4. We just got to get rid of these cards and we win, but we're all at 0 health, so we need to shatter. So let's start with my Slayer, and we'll shatter. Just take that shatter action. Get rid of these cards. Get rid of these burns. We'll go to 10 HP, 0 corruption, 0 threat. And I will get one of these guys. When you crit, reduce your threat by your current corruption. That's fine. Then we'll just attack this area in front of me. Looks good to me. Drop these into wounds, gain 6 threat. Let's... is there any purpose to... Yeah, let's just shatter with my Siren too. We get 3 of these bad boys. 1, 2, 3. We'll get 5 health. You know what? I think you need to eat a little Umbra Inferno. We'll gain 4 of these. Place a number of strength cards in your area equal to your current corruption into wounds. And then I cycle. You know what? Dropping those into wounds. We'll cycle that bad boy. Fragments of Purity. When you perform a recover action, if the roll matches your current corruption, reclaim yourself. What else do we have here? So I used a Shattered ability. I can gain 1 corruption, then gain 1 HP or deal 1 damage to any area. Yeah, like, let's gain another corruption. Why not? Let's deal damage here. And then my Aryth Magician, he will shatter as well. We'll go to, he's a chunky boy on this side. 10 HP. He gets 2 of these cards. And we'll just attack this one in front of us. We'll gain 1 corruption to make that a 1. We'll turn it into a crit. And yeah, that's it. That's it. So we're all shattered. So we'll see what happens. Return 1 of your ability cards to the bottom of its ability deck. So let's get rid of Ultimate Control. Don't need it. Let's go here now. 1 corruption. Cycle my ability cards. That's fine. I do that anyway. Reduce your HP by your current corruption. Oh, as it turns out, my corruption's only 1. That would have been really bad if they had been on the Siren, though. She would have been dead. Okay. So, just get rid of these 2 cards and we win. So we're going to move with my Slayer here. We'll have... Oh, and get a new card. Increase my corruption by 1. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to gain 3 corruption, and I'm going to attempt to reclaim myself with the Slayer. No, return this card to the bottom of the shattered deck. So that's bad because not only did it cost me an action, it means that I don't have any more of these cards at all to cycle. So I lost my chance to reclaim myself. So that's pretty brutal. So I guess I'll just recover. I tried to reclaim myself and failed. Brutal. Let's go with the Siren. She's going to move and attack. I roll 2 dice when I attack with her. So that hits. I deal 1 damage. So we'll go here. And then let's have our Arith Magician close us out on this. That hits, and he'll gain 3 threat. Okay. So as long as we don't die here, I think we're good. So let's see what happens. Orders from the Beyond. Roll 1 die. Okay, let's see if we get some reclaiming happening. So I have to attack another character. I guess I'll attack the Slayer because he has the most health. All right, 1 damage to the Slayer. And then we'll roll a die for the Siren. 4, so she has to attack someone. So we'll attack the Slayer again. And he'll take another damage. Oh, wait, this is, sorry, the last one, this is the card. This card affects everybody. So then he'll go, I think we're good. Yep, then we'll attack another character. Yep, we'll just deal 2 damage there. And that's it. We won. Everyone was shattered, and it could have maybe ended up a little dicey. This battle can turn on a dime, but oop. I don't know. I think who's the MVP on this? I think it's got to be the Siren. She did the Umbra Inferno and the Lightning Bloom. But yeah, that is the final boss. And so that one could have ended up, like, it can vary pretty heavily in difficulty depending on what cards here you draw. And had we actually been fighting in the Reflected Archway, we wouldn't have been able to take that shatter action. So the game, this particular boss, more than all the others, you feel like you're in a good spot and can just turn on a dime. So you always have to keep your head on a swivel. That's it for our Let's Play series of encounters, Shattered Wastes, for the first 8 bosses. Hope you enjoyed. Hoping in a little bit so that we can come back to a journey mode playthrough. And we can talk about that. But until then, check us out. Look for us online. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Favorite us on Board Game Geek. But until next time, this has been Encounters Shattered Wastes.